ended things, it started things. Welcome back to another week of Shadowrun. We only have a few of these left. Hopefully, Twitch and OBS and my internet play fair, play friendly today.
Play nice.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Nice. Nice. It's hard for me to say nice and be nice. We have everybody here today. Let's start with Kenny. Kenny, introduce yourself. This is fine. And Jack.
Starting?
Yes. Oh. Yeah, you stopped. And we have this person, Andrew. So, are you saying she's a mage and rigger? And
she's a
and we have Kai. Kai AFK.
Grenades.
That's the same. That's just shooting stuff on a grander scale. Enya.
Chaos.
Oh, I thought we were going for the singer. And last but not least, we have Malus. And I just realized Clutch is probably going to be disappointed tonight too. As is everybody, because I am very not ready for this mission. Alright, has anybody done anything interesting since the last time we broadcast? Would you like to roll for that? Jack, you do anything interesting? Probably just drinking away his sorrows in the cat's bar.
Like that.
And Kenny.
There.
And what did Kai do? Oh dear God. And does Baloo, is Baloo okay with this? Snack time. Alrighty. So it's not been too long since your last mission, and you get a call from Kat, who has would like you to attend a meeting at the One Up Bar back room. So just Clutch is going to the meeting. All right. This is a meeting at the One Up Bar in the back room. You've been there before.
Yep.
When you arrive, you see Kat, you see Arcane, and two people you do not know who look to be Native American nations peoples. And you are introduced to one who calls himself the Collector, aka Thomas Whitefeather. And the other is Whitefeather's friend, Kengi Ohanzi. They don't really go into detail about who they work for or what they do. But they've been studying the files from the silver book that you recovered and have seen references to an extremely powerful matrix weapon referred to as the Discidium. It was created by a collective of AIs inhabiting a metaplane called Celum. That's spelled Caelum. It was purged of all organic life. No life means there's no mana and therefore no connection to the astral plane or the rest of the metaverse. Since that discovery, Kangyoanzi has been searching the metaplanes for a way into Celum and has heard rumors that someone on the metaplane of Zecorporatum has a path in and out of there. Arcane can get the team to Zecorporatum. But once there, you will need to find access to Celum on your own. And after going into Celum, you'll have to convince the entities there to give you a copy of the Discidium, and then you'll have to find your own way back to Zecorporatum. However, Arcane will send one of his free spirit allies to wait at the entry point where you entered Zecorporatum so that you can be returned to the Prime metaplane. This is obviously a extremely dangerous mission since there's no guarantee you'll come back. But if you should make it back, they will pay you 10,000 nuyen each. Or forward that amount to your next of kin. It doesn't use a comm link. You have met the free spirit. It is the vine cat that was outside Arcane's apartment. Is there any negotiation happening, or are you like, oh, 10 grand, okay, cool? Uh-huh. Clutch is helping. I would assume you were helping Jack. He's using Narcojet to get sleep. Okay. So we're looking for a negotiation.
Money.
You get an extra 4 dice. You may need them. Would you like to use 10 grand, and you're negotiating for more? Would you like to use any edge? They rolled 4 hits.
Each or
each? Yes. To you or your next of kin. So that would give you enough to pull out 4 for re-rolling if you wanted to. Yeah, that's exactly the question.
Dude, look at that. He's rolling. I'm on. That's right.
Well, they will agree to an additional 3,000 nuyen each.
I can't.
Oh, I never did a...
Sure.
Hell, I didn't do any prep. What is wrong with me? Living in the past, it's what we do. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I heard 1.5 billion New Year. Good luck with that. I don't play the lottery. It's all a scam.
System.
Yeah, it's a voluntary. It's a voluntary tax. Well,
yeah.
the ones here, I think almost all, if not all, of the ones in the states are, but at least the state lotteries, not random Keno at some gas station.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was doing the picking up the pieces, so I remember that you guys won big in your negotiation lottery. See what I did there? So, are you doing any prep? Because Arcane can do this whenever you're ready. Oh, okay. So here's the bad news. Now that you've agreed, the gateway is large enough for bikes, large drones, even a small passenger car, but no vehicles with a body higher than 5 can get through.
So
Yeah.
plane.
You're gonna find the best vehicle with 5 or less body, right? I don't know. You have double clutch.
Scoot.
Well, it does say bikes can get through. So if the bike has higher than 5, it's okay.
Okay.
That's how I read it. Yeah.
move people out.
Well, yeah, but it specifically calls out that motorcycles can get through. I think the body thing is just that they're saying that a truck or car with higher than 5 is bigger, too much mass. Is it a bike or a car or what?
TV.
Oh, fun. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like one of those stupid off-road golf carts that I see around here all the time.
Where?
Well, you guys have as much time as you need within reason, i.e. a day or two. So keep shopping. I'll be back in a second.
Oh.
And yes, that's what I was doing, Ski, because the Spaghetti-Matic 2023 is a fickle bitch.
Matic? I've never heard of that brand.
I made a sign for it. One of the first successful prints I had was a sign that says Spaghetti-Matic 2023. No, it's a Flying Spaghetti Monster follower, obviously. It's trying to bring the Flying Spaghetti Monster into our world. Or Thulu, one of the two. They may be the same. They do look similar. I think the FSM is just the friendly face of the of Thulu. And I'm here for it. Anyway. Actually, that sounds expensive. $270, huh? How many dice of how many dice of pain is that when you crash?
40.
Keep in.
It's only
-5. Oh yeah, -3. Keep in mind, grid guide is probably not going to exist there, so you may actually need a piloting skill to do these things.
I'm back. Which 5,000.
Actually, I am told that Arcane just told me that they do have a matrix in Zekor for Autumn. I don't know. If you asked questions or did legwork, you might know. These are not the drones you're looking for. That's what legwork is, yes. Yeah. And matrix skills.
What are we supposed to
You guys have been bitching about that for like 1.5 years now. You've made plenty of contacts. Of course you are. And I feel like the bitching is just going to amp up the closer to the end we get. Exactly. Got nothing to lose. That's a lot of hits. What's that?
Yes.
It is a 6 hits. That's quite a bit. It's kind of a weird reflection of the material plane, but it's very small. And reports are that like it has a matrix, but it's a lot less crowded than the matrix here, i.e., less spam, less icons, etc. And it's always nighttime. And weirdly enough, it's dominated by 10 megacorporations with familiar sounding names like Mars Macro Technology, Ascorp, Mitsudaishi Corporate Technologies, etc.
Distinct.
It's knockoff Prime material. The natives fall into three groups. There's workers, who make up the majority of the natives, and they seem normal enough, but they never do anything on their own initiative. They just carry out their assigned tasks without question and spend their free time on corporate approved entertainment. So basically, they're perfect citizens. The corporates are the executives and managers of the megacorps. They're movers and shakers who make all the decisions about the lives of the workers. And then there's the dissidents, the scum who wage a constant war against the corporates. They operate like hooding Shadowrunners and have networks of supporting workers, arms dealers, bartenders, fixers, street docs, etc. They generally fall into one of two groups: the professional and methodical black trenchcoat style blackjacks, and the pink mohawk style anarchs, who thrive off of chaos. That's about all you can find out, but that's pretty much the encyclopedia. Oh, I said it was small. The plane is approximately 300 kilometers in diameter, and it is a disc.
Go back to doing something
Because
actually
copy-paste errors never happen and make things interesting.
I just
Guaranteed. Kai's just there for it because it comes natural. Pink, purple, yellow, green, whatever.
Real quick.
Do keep in mind you have a mission, and it's not necessarily just raise chaos. I mean, you do you.
He doesn't know what we do.
That is valid. By the way, a couple of you do not have full condition monitors. You might want to fix that.
What?
I think you're good, Jack. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Kenny and Mollis were short. I can't see Kai because the damn bear's in the way. All right, so you were actually buying vehicles and such?
Yes, I'd like to
Sure.
buy it.
I think that was an affirmative.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who died. Or you could just change it on your token. Might be helpful.
Just in case.
Sure. You're like, give us a few days. We got to prep for this, and then you hit the books real hard. and then bought a different one that wasn't scratched up from being knocked over. I mean, if you read the book, it's like a week for skills, isn't it?
Couple hours.
Tell that
You've
to
never seen
tell
my...
that to my wife. All right, I have successfully passed through one half of a page of this 4-page adventure. I got this. He put it in chat 26.4 with smart tires and was that and the maneuvering autosop? That's pretty reasonable. Isn't an Autosoft 9 like a high availability? Like 9 availability?
Right?
Yes, it kind of is.
But it's
You just can't find it, that's all.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I have never thought that was the availability on this was right. Well, it can drive itself if you have the maneuvering autosop.
Cool.
So you can like have it driving itself while you're standing on it looking backwards.
Come on.
Yes, you can.
Investment.
They specifically call out that the bikes will drive around on autosoft. They just don't do too well when they stop.
No.
Because the gyroscopic effect, of course, stops. Well, my understanding, and I have never ridden a motorcycle, is that they're balanced at this point where the CG is so low that they weigh like 800 pounds, but you don't need 800 pounds worth of strength because they want to stand upright more or less. And of course, then you start spinning wheels and you've got the gyro. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not that. My understanding is it's not that bad as long as you don't flop them all the way over.
What if you fall all the way over?
Then you're screwed, and you probably did damage.
Thanks, I guess.
So are you guys getting matching leathers and do you have a name and a symbol? Please don't ever do that again. Well, it would be better than having the super loud stereo that all you can hear is the highs, like most bikes. They're going down the highway and it sounds like their music's coming out of a tin can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
Bits and pieces. Tim Allen, is Chris Rock in it? Chris Rock.
Martin.
Oh yeah, Martin Short.
Martin
Martin Short, Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Short. Yeah, it was Martin Short. Because he's so similar.
Really well.
I've seen pieces of it. That's it.
All
It's
right.
not really my genre.
and a half.
A bajillion. Oh, Jesus. You're taking the Sprite on a field trip. Jack said it's 21.9 without the Autosoft. She was taking your share the few weeks you were gone. So what I'm hearing is destroy Major more often. Twice is not enough. That's just a warm-up. Yeah, this has been a very lucrative book. I mean, you guys tried to have an airship, so technically you had one briefly. I mean, there's missiles, as many as I need. Because oddly enough, I don't have to deal with availability.
Well, that works.
Isn't it, though? It's one of those strange coinky dinks. I mentioned yet that I have a headache. Probably I was so mean to that person that bounced into the channel earlier. So you're going to hire a troll is what I'm hearing. All right, so are we ready? So wild hogs. So it depends on how you're riding, because I've seen people ride face to face. They were doing things other than riding at the time. Well, other than riding a motorcycle. And basically make a cage. But it's not Major that's the problem, it's her limp body.
That's what the riggers
I imagine that riggers probably have like straps and stuff that they can strap themselves in. I'm not gonna focus too much on you not falling off the motorcycle. Unless you fail a piloting test, then you're done. You're street pizza. I don't know, I didn't know such a thing existed. Is that like a cocoon but with less walls? It's like a roll cage for motorcycles. Isn't that what the rigger cocoon does? Is that not the same as a rigger cocoon?
I'm talking about.
Oh, you were saying Cage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was confused.
Sorry.
I don't have a price on that either because I don't have DC open. Wait, you can put that on a motorcycle? That makes no sense whatsoever. So there's a motorcycle with basically a mummy sarcophagus on it. So they want to make it a transformer. A transformer, yeah.
Already do that.
Wait,
Though.
wouldn't that require that we're wearing pants? Aha!
That way.
It's horse shit, is what he's trying to say nicely. This is part of what's giving me Shadowrun fatigue. The people that make rules and don't think of the repercussions to the GMs that have to adjudicate them later on. Or the people that make rules for the game and don't even play this fucking edition. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like little centipede feet. I think I could make this.
Well,
I have a 3D printer now. I can do robotics. I mean, that is cooler than any scooter, and my first vehicle was a Honda Spree scooter, so I know. It would be terrifying. I can't stop watching that animation. Can I make this big? I'm gonna leave the channel first. I'll open it in a different. It's just as small when I open it in its own tab. I'm sorry, stream. You can't see it very clearly. That's just disturbing. The coolest. Oh, we didn't have any viewers anyway. It was just Ski. Ski can see it on his own computer. We had something Joker a bit ago that wasn't a bot. Sergeant Joker, maybe.
Who he wanted.
It really doesn't matter. The viewership doesn't matter now. We're doing it because I don't want to be that guy that starts a thing, goes most of the way through, and then's like, nah, I'm bored. Sucks to be you. I don't care if you may or may not have gotten invested. Well, he's playing Diablo 4. Who wants to watch that game? Baldur's Gate 3 is out now.
I know.
That's so last month. Yeah, DWB was using them the other day. It's kind of cool.
Tonight.
I would not stream the game because I hardly play it. I played it for 5 hours, I think now, maybe 7 since it released. Well, yeah, that's the other thing. I will tell you that game did shock me momentarily during character creation because
when you click those buttons.
when they want you to choose your genitalia, I was like, is this necessary? But then I remembered that there's actually a video out there that there's a chance to romance a druid in bear form, so I am not surprised. I mean, I thought bears were a whole different thing. They went literal.
Same thing.
They've always been large furry mammals that like to sleep in the winter.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that probably still is pretty vague. That's funny. Because that describes me. Anywho,
right?
I do. Maybe.
I guess you could. I don't know.
There are the pineapple people, so maybe.
Pineapple people means?
It's a swinger icon, I think. No. That explains why my wife has wanted flamingos ever since we've been married. I'm like, no, you're not getting a plastic flamingo. That is so redneck trash. And she's like, no, I really want one. Now I understand. I've just never been enough man for her.
This way.
28 years. It's about time I figured things out. Anyway, you guys gonna go through the portal because Arcane's getting tired of holding it open.
There.
I don't think that's how Ruthenian works.
I mean,
but you do have the fashion spell, so. I mean, if we're going to break the game, let's break it right. Fashion can now be used to make armor look like normal clothes, right?
Right.
Pretty sure that's how that works. By the way, if you're watching this to learn how to play Shadowrun 6, that's not how it works. Okay, so you are now in the place I can't say.
Love that place.
The Corporatum. And yes, there is a matrix here that could be searched. It's like a microcosm of the prime world. Like I said before, it's a 300-kilometer diameter disc. Feel free to walk to the edge and jump off. I don't care. Hey, you could be like the Fonz and jump the shark. I mean, jump the edge of the disc. Which would be one of the many skyscrapers. All corp owned, of course.
Right.
Extra seating. So you don't have the little saddlebags. So what would you like to do? You need to find a way to get into Selim.
But
You don't know how to get there. It's a mystery.
People.
I mean, it's a city.
Okay.
There's corporate drone. Remember, there's 3 types of people. There's the corpos, the dissidents, and the workers. And Clutch just piloted for everybody, apparently. I was just saying because he got 8 hits. Actually, that's actually a thing he could do. Then you could drive in perfectly what's the word, choreographed formations and such. I'm still staring at that animated GIF.
It's hypnotic.
It really is. Is that Pee-wee on it? It looks like Pee-wee, but I don't think it is. Rip Pee-wee, because he passed, last week?
He's dead.
Yes. That's kind of what you're going to do, yeah. How are you going to go about doing it? There are bars, yes. What kind of bar are you looking for? Like Corpo or rundown shit shack? Well, I didn't want to assume. I don't think there's a portal bar. Of course. The closest thing to a bar named with the name Portal is the Whiskey Hole. No. Bistros have been banned in this plane. So it's a bar, and it's always nighttime, so it's always busy, and it's always 5 o'clock here. You have a feeling that this bar is not full of workers. Though there are a few people that look like they could be, but the majority of them don't seem like they're the worker or corpo type. Considering the place is only 300 kilometers across, everything's close to the corporate district.
Respond.
Your iron as in your weapons or your AUG? So you're going to accidentally imprint. Accidentally on purpose. The bartender motions towards you that you're exposing something. Yeah, that's exactly it. Well, a dragon kidnapped a princess. No, what do you think this is? A video game? Why would he have?
Satire.
Yeah, I was to say, why would he have his ear to the ground? That doesn't make any sense. This bartender is very confused by you. You're not from around here, are you? Pretty much everything. Can you be more specific? What are you trying to find? What sort of travel services? Corps don't do everything, you know. Where are you trying to get to, friends? Salem is what it is. That's how it's spelled. But the authors feel that is spelled Salem. He has no idea what you're talking about. What is Salem? Sorry, what is Calem?
Organism?
No, those are Celia. He paid attention in school and then dropped out to become a bartender. Better money and nicer people.
As much.
Yeah, but I don't have to work for the corpse. Yes, there is a matrix there, Kenny. It's not nearly as noisy with spam and icons and other crap as the Prime plane.
Matrix, like
Not that clean. It's just not as bad as like Denver.
yeah,
he brought his Technomancer stink with him. No, that's not a thing that you can do. It's like Denver, just not quite as busy. It's like Denver before it got shitty. So about 80 years before now. Or pre-wireless Denver. There you go.
missed a few details.
What you're looking for is a weapon that was designed and created by AIs in a metaplane that has had all organics purged.
So there.
That's what you're understanding of. Oh, one thing I didn't mention, but you may or may not know about. When you transfer planes, usually there's a bit of translation that goes on. So, like, if you go to a plane that's like Old West, you would become a cowboy, for example, or a cattle rustler or something. That didn't happen here. You basically are yourselves here.
Which is good, because we put a lot of work into this.
Exactly. This is almost an exact analog to, Denver, the Prime material. I keep saying Prime material. I don't think that's what the Prime plane is called in Shadowrun. I don't think that's what it's called in D&D 5 anymore, right? And in Pathfinder, in Pathfinder, it's now the universe. Because copyright.
Like 3 or 4 times.
I don't know that much about it, but I do know that in the enhanced PF2, it's changing from Prime material to the universe because OGL things. She could be a hog though. Motorcycle, get it? Anyway, so what were you doing on the Matrix, Kenny?
Maybe 2.
Yeah, you spent several hours with it, and it was insane.
I mean, I could.
Kenny would know. Baron might not.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so you could try and matrix search for something like that, or if you're looking for specific mentions of AI, if you're basically trying to find something to do with AI, that's something we can work with. Yeah, it's its own matrix. It's actually it's going to roll 25 dice against you because it's sentient. No, I'm kidding. That would be cool though. A metaplane with a sentient matrix. Well, an opposed matrix search roll would be like if you were trying to hide something on the matrix, wouldn't it? I feel like that's how that would work. You would roll a bunch of dice to stealth it, and then anybody searching.
Processing?
I don't know. There's a stealth or a hide matrix action. So
Yeah.
four hits in what was that, like 3 seconds?
Great.
It's a minor action. So. The most you can figure out with 4 hits is there don't seem to be any AIs in the Zecoporatum matrix.
Go ahead. Times, right? Since it is
Yeah,
consecutive.
in combat he could.
Yes.
It's nuts. So it does seem that there's discussion about AIs and acknowledgement that they exist, but they just don't seem to be on this matrix.
So
It's like everyone agrees that they exist. No one seems to have actually met one or know where to meet one. You want to dig further, or are you good? I mean, it's just another half a second or whatever. I'm just hoping you fail your fade resist. Wild die has not been your friend tonight. Another 3 hits. It's probably enough. You do find mention of a company called Prime Software, which is a subsidiary of Ascorp, that advertises that they use AI to write their code. And they do have a physical address. And a host. You gonna look at that host? Well, that would be matrix perception. Me, I would never do that. That was good matrix perception, and I still don't see the fade roll. Well, that's a shame. Somebody should fix that.
Here.
I know. I blame the game system. That's all right. It's gonna be somebody else's problem soon. I'm playing on Foundry. Oh, I already have, but I'm gonna continue maintaining this sheet. I haven't actually.
About the system.
I haven't actually played on Foundry yet. I'm just Starfinder and Pathfinder are much better supported over there. D&D I'll probably still play here because I have all the books on Roll20. Shadowrun I've got 2 books on Roll20. So you resisted fade, 8 rolls, perception. Yeah, so that host is rating 7. And yeah, it's rating 7 host, and there is an address attached to the company.
It looks like.
Wait, why would you start a bar fight?
They did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Or you could infiltrate the building. So you can now
They
punch
stole me
people. That happened once before. Too soon? That spirit said, hey, let me give you a hand. Nope, too late.
No, the duck.
Shoulder down. Yeah, get a 3/4 replacement. The last quarter's free. So, what is the plan?
Total? Because you haven't yet, have you, Kenny?
You did
I
hear
do
the
have
part where I said it was a rated
you did.
7 host, right?
I did.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is I need to create a host character. Got it. I told you I did not do any prep. Because I wasn't sure how. So the way this adventure is laid out, there's so many ways it can go. If I prepped everything, I'd have like 4 sessions worth of crap and only 1 would be used.
Thanks.
No, that's if I plan on reusing it again. I
That's
don't.
like- Session.
I mean, that's about right. I just like how the place is called Prime Software.
Okay.
No. You can track it
But
your
like,
damn
you
self.
love it.
You can track it your
I
damn
can-
self.
Got it.
Just
Huh?
look.
I don't know what you're talking about, so there's that.
Any of them, right?
I actually have all the channels except the tech support channel muted. I don't think most people that I interact with there realize that I'm the one that maintains the sheet, which I'm okay with that.
No.
Yeah, some do, yeah.
In Genesis 2.
I do realize, I did pick up on that one when it asked me questions. I was like, I don't know. Sort of.
20 guy.
Karma's not the Genesis guy. That's not Tyrannian, but he's the one that does a lot of stuff for it.
Sure.
Just doing the data stuff that he does, I think. That's what I was looking for. I was looking at programs when I wanted ice. So it has
You don't
6.
need that, by the way.
It has 6 ice. All of them are black ice. Why don't I need ice?
That's fine.
No, no. Sure, we'll do that. Okay, I have created a host.
So I
Yeah, that would work.
Okay.
I was told that the OS calculator doesn't work right. Yeah, the on the GM helper. Well, that's fun. I selected Kenny and added him to the sheet, and it just called him PC1. Is your token not attached to a sheet? No, it's attached to a sheet. I wonder if it's the quote.
With like the
Oh,
single.
there it goes. The OS,
Wow.
the OS thing works, Jack.
The other day.
I think you may have an old character in, and you need to delete them and re-add them. I don't know what to say then.
Five, so.
But when it was broken before, if you added twice and ended up with 11, if you subtracted it became 10, you could then subtract it all the way down to 0 and it would be fine. So what do we got here? What were you guys trying to do? Oh, no, I did not. I don't have a... Damn it, I don't have a thing for this. 1 second. I mean, because there's 6 wasn't quite enough. It got 6 hits. Well, that was against the probe. Yeah, and I didn't add any cheat dice. Right? So you rolled 20 dice and got 2 hits. Minute.
1 minute.
No. You have been rejected. Maybe you should have a drink and regroup. See, I didn't have to cheat to get you to do that. The dice told the story.
Poison here.
Yeah, that's what it is. Shitty hacker.
Stinking it up.
Apparently their matrix isn't compatible with resonance. Alrighty. So you're doing physical? You gonna jump in the van now? Of course, or on the bikes rather. Of course, you're going to let the bikes do the driving because drinking and driving are bad. So, the Prime Software Building, is an unremarkable 10-story glass structure in a neighborhood of similar buildings. That's what you get outside. Well, I mean, you know which building it is.
No, no.
Yeah, why not?
The place then.
All right, just give me a general, I don't know, astral perception. You're astrally, right? Whatever you do for astral perception. I was just having you do the perception just to get a general idea of what's in the building.
Well, I have as well.
Sure. There's workers here and there in the building. They just seem like they're busy at their jobs. Their auras indicate. I can't. The word is failing. Well, that was the first word that popped to mind. But that if they're just corporate drones, they wouldn't be bored. They would be satisfied with a job well done. Satisfaction. But like bored satisfaction. No, because they're I mean their entire life is working for the corporation, and it's been brainwashed into them that if they're doing a good job, they are happy.
Loompa.
Yes. Oompa loompa. Oh, sorry. The first movie was awesome. I haven't seen the latest. It's creepy.
Like Wilder as
Yes.
an
All right. So yeah, 10 floors of people. There's very little security. Just a lot of workers.
Well, like where?
Well, there's no astral security, but there don't seem to be any people that are like just loitering around like security would.
Spirits.
Nope.
there's
Nope.
These people.
Or your
So we
shit,
have the
or
magic.
your shit just doesn't work here.
Right. Like the-
You haven't cast anything. I didn't see any dice rolls.
I will pass them
Yeah,
on this one.
your buffs are up.
everywhere.
They're with the matrix search earlier, you would know that this lab address is a. Oh, never mind. There's no lab. What lab? This office building is it's Corp subsidiary of Ascorp, and yeah, it's populated by workers.
Sensing.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
It's your general office building with, as far as you can tell, basically just office workers. Like no security. Like they don't expect. It's such a boring place that they don't expect any trouble.
like
You don't know that.
it's something.
Yeah, but for
That's
all
the
we know,
rumor.
they
That's the
Anyway.
rumor, but you don't know.
So that we can first to draw it now.
Kenny, give me a matrix perception.
aware of.
Yeah, it's just if you notice something. That's plenty. Other than that host, there's not a whole lot of matrix icons here. Like no sub-hosts or anything like that. Oh, also, I'll give you a freebie. The records department is on the 3rd floor.
Play. Dope rat.
Stairs, elevators. No, it's like, typical glass and steel skyscraper. Just only 10 feet, or 10 floors up. So it's not a very, it's a sky looker, it's not really a scraper.
Is there anything?
No, nothing like that. This is just cookie cutter glass and metal building.
Is there
I'm going to step away for a second and discuss your strategy. Greetings, fellow drones. I heard that.
transition?
None of you went inside, but the people that you see coming and going just look like they're dressed, business casual.
Disguising themselves.
With the ill-fitting wig and the slipping paste-on mustache. I don't know. You haven't served. As many as make you happy.
I get
Till you,
edge
till
every
you,
time I do it, so it's
till you. No, you don't. You get edged the one time you do it, because otherwise it's abuse.
keep collecting.
It's abuse. You know better. You also aren't going to take drain because you only need one of those. You know that. So what are you guys doing? Just dressing up like workers?
I'm
everything.
gonna take a couple.
And what?
Grenades.
That's what I heard.
No.
Is that a handful of grenades in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Well,
It's grenades. You will swoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want those anarchos taking your bikes.
Yes, but
That's beside the point.
Inside.
Oh yeah. Hard
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, you absolutely can put guns on the bikes. I mean, turreted guns are a little bit tougher, but yeah.
Standard turret.
Yep.
That's on my bike.
So it
Maybe
could have a
that was-
surprise AK.
Sure.
Well, what you do is you give the bike a really good auto soft so you don't have to shoot it. Hey, I got to ban a bot. Woohoo!
To say it.
Wait, what's a rotary cannon? Can you cook chicken on it?
Missiles.
So, like a Vulcan.
Rotate.
A Gatling gun. I mean,
You
yeah.
might have to like.
The whole purpose of the rotating barrels is to help with heat dissipation, but yes.
Much more rounds.
So, fun fact: a 50 cal Modus, if you fire even enough blanks through it, gets hot enough that if you pour motor oil on the barrel to cool it off, it will smoke and try to ignite.
Cool.
And it's also a real bitch to clean the top of your M88 off when you do that, because your sergeant told you to.
Personal experience, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, NTC. To cool the barrel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My E5 told me to do it. He said it'll cool the barrel and we can keep shooting blanks. I said, okay. Not thinking that then I was going to have to clean that crap off at the wash rack. He wouldn't do that. He was my favorite E5. Oh, yeah.
It's really awesome.
And the Modus?
It's turning red.
Yeah, I only got to fire those in basic, so I don't know. I know. So get this: when we deployed to Kuwait as occupational force there, I had to I had to bring a grease gun. I was actually issued a grease gun, and my NCO said if we're going to be responsible for it, we're going to be qualified on it. So we got to go to the range and shoot the grease gun. It shoots so damn inaccurately and so damn slowly. You can almost see the bullets going down range in all different directions.
Yeah,
E5,
you
favorite
can't
E5 when I was in the Army, Skillium. We're kind of off track at the moment. I don't have many fun stories from the Army because I was never in any interesting situations, just interesting locations. Which is, I'm quite alright with. I'm glad I was never shot at. But anyway, so what's the plan? Act casual.
And
That okay. Let's have some. I don't know.
nobody's a Star Wars fan.
Does
apparently.
anybody have con?
Me?
Ja- Do you have like a where are my words? A clipboard. That's what the word I was looking for. Do you have a clipboard and a pen? Yeah, Jack, you pass off. Who are you trying to? Oh, that was plastic. Never mind. Jack has made a clipboard. So what is? Who are you trying to impersonate? Okay, so I do need to see that con roll.
Okay.
Now you rolled the animated plastic and rolled really well. Really? How?
Real failure. That's a
5
lot of
ones.
Yeah,
So
and then
close.
you roll
See, that's what I
really well.
expected. So
There we go.
7 hits.
7.
The workers are somewhat confused, but it seems plausible. I mean, you pass it off well enough.
Team.
I should deduct some hits for the terrible acting.
Team. No, they
You know what? I don't think the volume has been working for you guys this whole time on this stream. God damn it.
So none of what we've said has been captured.
No, OBS keeps fucking resetting the audio to default. So now,
It is set
now
to
it's
default.
not just me talking to myself for the last hour and a half.
I love it because this has happened in the past. I've looked at some
Yeah,
of the-
because OBS changes settings every time it starts up, it seems. And I suck at text, so there you go. That's it. I'm taking it out on you guys. 5 HTR teams just showed up.
and all
Oh.
those future AI.
So one of the viewers has been here for half an hour and has been hearing you. Well, that makes me feel much better. Thank you. I still suck at tech.
What? We have a viewer?
Yeah, we actually have a couple viewers that aren't you
Wow.
guys.
People.
They're bored.
How did you find us?
I don't know, but both of them have spoken to us, so I won't accidentally ban them as bots. That's good.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Well, clearly they're from the future and they want to get a first-hand view of this because you know,
Of the
us
train
and
wreck?
We're lost.
Oh, we got 2 viewers.
Oh, you're in one of the discords that I spam to. I only spam to 3: DWB, I forgot, Rem Alternus, and
SRMO.
SRMO. because they are the reasons that we run this. Anyhow,
I
So-
will find it and spam my Discord as well.
I mean, you don't have to because the numbers don't matter anymore. We do this for the people that have actually been watching from the beginning.
And for the historical record.
Yeah, that's why we do the stream, and we're not like good streamers, but there aren't hardly any Shadowrun streamers, so we did it to try and help.
We're like one of the top 1,000 streamers for...
We were the top
Shadowrun.
4% last year, which is insane. But like Reverend Zero does 5e on Sundays. You can find him, and they're just about as squirrel centric as we are, running off on tangent.
Squirrel.
Oh, they're worse. I listen to them in the background while I'm doing other stuff. Anyway, so you guys are headed straight to the third floor, or are you going elsewhere? What's the plan?
I mean, we can look around a little bit, but this building doesn't get to inspect itself. I heard the third floor is a mess.
That is true.
Yeah, give me tool thing case here.
So-
We're gonna go do
So
some
it's what you would expect. First floor, second floor, just full of cubicles. There's a small reception area in the first floor with a board receptionist who just looks up, is fooled by Jack, and just from that point on, you don't exist. Because that's how receptionists are supposed to be, right? For the corp.
They have the power to make us cease existing. Oh my god, that's incredible! Just remember that, future historians, if you ever come to a 21st century office and you talk to a receptionist, they have the power to make you cease existing.
I think they also have the power to destroy your ego with one look.
That depends on the receptionist. To answer your question, 6E has issues, but if you're willing to, if you're going to play a home game like this and kind of fill in the blanks, and your players and GM are all in agreement that you're there to have fun, it's not so bad. But there's a lot of gaps in the rules. Every time they add books, they add new fun things, but they also add new broken rules. So if you're yeah, exactly. If you're willing and able with your group of players for a home game to make it work, then it's fine. You're playing the game for the setting. The rules are just there to help. And the other thing you can do is Shadowrun Missions online, or Shadowrun Missions, period. And they have a document that's, what's it up to, 100 pages now? That fills in a lot of the blanks, and that doesn't cost anything. I haven't played the Cyberpunk games. I think I own one of them, but I haven't played them. But we've been doing this campaign for, I don't know how many sessions, but we're on mission 30 of 35. Well, that's kind of it. You fix them, as long as you're consistent with how you fix them, then it's fine. But I tend to get frustrated with some of the broken rules because I try to be rules as written. And if you go back in some of the streams, you'll see my rants and raves.
The rules aren't broken. Chuz just isn't very good at them.
That's valid.
They're not particularly well thought out, so...
Well, it's just
I've played
it's
many games, and this is some of the least well thought out sets.
So,
the rules skew in favor of certain mechanics, but again, you know, as long as your players and GM realize that the GM's a player too, and everybody tries to make it fun for everybody, then it's fine.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
so long as
disagree
you're-
with these guys. The 6th edition is the easiest edition to get into. The rules are the simplest.
I will say it was easy to get into. I have never played any of the other editions. Not true. I played 1 or 2 sessions of 2E.
The
The
core
30
mechanics
minutes.
are Yeah, the core mechanics are fantastic. It's just they've bloated it with a whole bunch of contradictory stuff. So ignore the bloat and just focus on the core mechanics, because the core mechanics are actually very good.
And if you play on virtual tabletops, they have some official support on Roll20, some unofficial support on Foundry VTT, which is hit or miss sometimes. It's a little more hit recently. And I don't think there's anything official. I know there's nothing official on other VTTs. Anyway, so you guys are getting to the 3rd floor. It is... Did I lose anybody? Jack, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
3rd floor is records. It has a big word on the side of the elevator door. As you get out, it says record. It is just rows and rows of document-filled file cabinets.
Cool. Was anybody planning on doing anything else this month?
This sounds wonderful. Is there a card catalog or something?
So let's
Or
go
maybe
ahead and
just-
just get into initiative,
Dewey Decimals or
For no
something?
apparent reason, yeah.
just to keep things organized.
Okay, sure. Sure, just to keep things organized.
Yeah. So select your tokens, roll for initiative.
If one of these cabinets rolls initiative 2, I'm out.
Look, as
Now-
long as it's not a vending machine, we should be fine.
That's fair.
True. I'm basically fainting off to the side and going hot seat.
Well, I'm not doing that yet. I don't even know what's going on.
Apparently, Andrigger's going to jump into Major and just try and do really fast cataloging or something.
Well, I mean, her mechanical arms are a lot faster than mine, right?
This is true.
Sorry, there was... Things are burning down!
Wait, what's burning down?
Nothing.
That
We're
vending
having
machine
an-
cabinet that's in our
Yeah,
initiative.
you said if the cabinets or a vending machine roll initiative. So a vending machine cabinet rolled initiative.
Seems legit.
Definitely. You linked how to say sell them.
Scalium!
That's how I pronounce it when I read it, but then they put in parentheses SELUM.
Well, the authors are not linguists, that's for sure.
They barely know the rules that they're writing for. Some
Yeah,
of them.
Barely is a stretch, come on.
I'm trying to be nice and give them some credit. All right, so are you going to try and search for information on Calum in the record? Or are you going to try and hack the host, or just start beating people up?
I would like to start looking for information on Cilia because I still am under the impression that that's what we're looking for.
Okay, well, let's see what your perception and intuition roll is. Anybody that's searching the files can roll perception and intuition. This is an extended test.
I'll support Kenny if he wants to try and hack the host again. So
Kai is definitely looking for the wrong thing.
Yeah, well, we'll try. What could go wrong? Yay!
since Kenny's not going for the host, I'm definitely gonna do that too. Then
Well, he did say it's an extended test. So...
Yes, it is. It's an extended teamwork test because you're not all searching the same filing cabinet. Kenny, you were searching. Wow, you're good at that too. Well, I'm confused. There we go. So I saw Andrigger. I have not seen a roll from Jack. Jack, what were you doing?
I'm trying to find someone to schmooze.
There's nobody on this
vending-
floor.
vending machines are obviously sent in.
I will
so
look
Jack
in
can
the
hit on 'em.
astral and see if I can perceive anything.
On this floor, no, but there are people near the elevator on the next floor up. It's okay. It's okay to split the party.
Yeah.
Kai, did you do something? Yes, you did. You got 1. Clutch, you got 4. Andrigger got 1,000,000. Kenny got 1. So we're back to Andrigger. What is Andrigger doing?
Did I find what I'm after? Or
No, you guys have not found anything yet. Actually, you have found one piece of information. There are employment records listing code writers, all of whom seem to be natives of Selim.
I will share that with the party. And do I do an extended test? So roll the same stuff -1.
Yes. So you can just roll it with a modifier of -1.
Because
Yep,
no
that
one
works.
wants to use your extended test thing.
Nobody ever thinks to. Jack, were you visiting somebody upstairs, or what were you doing?
No, I'll hang out until the party's ready to move on.
You just like on Overwatch?
I will find some trash in the corner and animate it into interesting art decoration.
Are you doing a puppet show out of trash bags?
Yeah, actually, absolutely. Jack's like,
Jack's doing future Punch and Judy with plastic trash.
yeah, there's nothing for me to talk to. There's no one for me to talk to. I ain't got nobody to cast spells on. I'm just useless. I'm just gonna take this trash and play with it.
Well, I'm entertained, so there's that. Kai.
I think someone at this point has probably instructed Kai on what the actual name that we're looking for is.
I mean, you could keep looking for Cilia. Maybe you'll find something oddly related.
You know what? Let's keep looking for Cilia.
Cilia is eaten by Cilium. Or the inhabitants thereof.
And then he finds mycelium, and he gets confused.
What, there's fungus as well?
And mycorrhiza. Waiting for that perception and intuition roll, Kai.
Yeah, I'm just getting the correct dice pool now because
Oh.
I decided to use the extended test thing.
Oh, you're actually going to use it. 3 hits. See, it helped.
Yeah.
You find a document that you kind of toss over your shoulder, and one of the others notices that it actually mentions Selim, but it's not spelled the way you expected, and it lists major shareholders in the corporation that in this subsidiary of the corporation that are Selim natives.
See, this is the advantage of bringing Major with us. She's, a shareholder of so many things.
Clutch, what are you doing?
I'll keep doing the same thing, I guess.
You guys are almost through all these the documents that you think up. That does it. You're pretty sure you've exhaustively searched the documents. And oddly enough, you pick up that all of these Selim natives that you found mentioned, they all have the same address listed.
What?
Maybe,
Those
Good.
are cool names.
maybe they live in a commune. You don't know. Who
Oh,
knows?
they might all have bunk beds. It'll be fine.
By the way, fun use for the OS tracker. I put the total threshold for this for the search in it and just decremented it as you guys got hits.
That's a good way to do it.
Also, as I had done tick marks on a pad of paper.
All right, 11. Let's go to that address. See what's going on. See if we can move in.
Works for me. This place was kind of lame.
Who doesn't
Sounds
want to join
like
the
a
combat?
party.
Are you gonna search any information on the address, or are you just gonna drop in?
We probably should
Yeah.
search for the address.
Sure, they can search. I'll just start driving. Oh, wait. I'll just drive us all over there. It's fine.
Get like Google, pull up Google Maps and everything.
There's no Google Maps, but anyway.
Can I get a satellite view of stuff that's going on in another plane?
Only if you use Mitsudashi Corporate Technologies app for that.
I doubt there'd be satellites since the entire plane's only 300 kilometers in diameter, right?
It would probably be satellite.
Well, no, I mean, I'm assuming this is like a flat plane, as in...
It is a flat disc, and if you walk off one edge, you appear on the other edge.
So it's not actually a disc then, it's more like a porous.
But it is a disc. It's a flat circle. It's
Oh,
just
like a computer.
twisted.
It's a computer world where you just... It's like Minecraft, except loops back.
Oh no.
Well, I just realized that I clicked the wrong focus before I rolled that. So I rolled the extra dice, which was absolutely not helpful. And now I have to die from fate.
Yes. Ah. What does the fade cost on that?
2.
Meh.
Right? That's why I don't have super high potent foci.
So, what you do pick up is that is another Ascorp owned complex. And you do discover in when you're looking into it that the CEO of that particular complex, named Santiago Salazar, lives nearby. You got his name and contact information. You didn't actually get his address.
Yeah, I'm sure we could find his contact or his address.
Well, you have his contact information. You could just call him.
Let's
Feel
do
like
that.
How does that
we
ever
need
go
to get a
wrong?
CEO. So how do we get in touch with this guy and like go meet him?
If only you had a face.
Do we offer him like a stupid amount of Nuyen to buy this complex off of him, or?
Does this world use Nuyen though?
That's a good point.
They might use Nuyen.
They use Yunin.
Nunya.
Nunya. Nunya.
Nunya.
So whenever they ask what the price is, they say Nunya business.
Exactly. I knew you were going to say that.
Jack, you got any ideas of how we talk this CEO up and maybe kidnap him and torture him and get the information we need?
I don't know, maybe we should ask him.
Oh, okay. Well, here's his
That's
comp
too
code.
easy.
Okay, I'll call the comp code.
He answers. Hi, I don't know you. But there's no spam in this world, so of course I answered my communist.
Yeah, this is a pretty interesting world you got here. We're looking to get to Calum, and I'm under the conception that you know how to get there, and I figured I'd give you a call and see if we could have a little chat about it.
Calum. He stops and thinks, oh, you mean Selim. I don't know what backwards world you come from, but it's called Selim.
Yeah, I just can't mispronounce things, but sure. Whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we're trying to get there. Can you help a brother out?
Yeah, what's in it for me? I'm always up for a way to turn more profit.
Well, so
mean-
see, that's interesting because the question is always, what do you get the person who has everything? And what I suggest is we get you a new experience. We've got a SimSense rig here. We're taking a team into Salem, which is kind of a dangerous place for biological people. Well, we'll take the sim rig in there. We'll record what happens, and we'll bring it back to you, and then you've got that.
Your sim rig needs a muzzle.
What do you mean a muzzle?
You can hear your dogs in the
very
background.
Oh yeah, she is barking up the stairs in the background.
So, what exactly do you want there?
I look at the group because I forgot.
Aren't we just trying to find a way to get into it?
We're just trying to find a way to get into it.
No,
Yeah,
your job
wanna
was to
get
return
the
a piece of
weapon.
the weapon.
Oh, there's a weapon there. Never mind.
Yeah,
It's a good
AI
place to vacation.
Well, it's
Yeah, no,
it's
we're
a
just-
programming. It's a program. It's a matrix weapon. So it's a program.
Yeah, we need to go in there, scan it, and extract some data, and then bring it back. So we're just working men.
Tell you what, anything you bring back, you give me a copy.
See what we can do. But
No, I
can't-
need assurances because that would make it worth me risking my neck because could prove potentially profitable.
Look,
Yeah,
when you picked up, you said you didn't know me. So what assurances can I give you that you would actually believe?
Something more than I'll work on it.
I'll
That's
give
like
you my
I'll
word.
think about it.
Yeah, I'll give you my word. I mean, if
Let's have are you being honest or are you bullshitting him?
But wait, I think it's a really good idea that whatever Jack brings back, he gives a copy to this guy.
No,
Yeah,
all of you,
but-
all of you.
Oh, come on!
Yeah. Gotta bring back some space herpes, and then I'm gonna have to give him some.
Better
Um,
than space HIV.
So
Make
so
sure
what
you
I'm
share
asking
both
Jack,
of those with his romantic partner as well.
Jack, are you rolling con or are you rolling negotiation?
I'll roll con.
You lying bastard, you.
Because I get a point of edge when I make charisma rolls, and that gives me 3 points of edge. And since my mentor spirit is Coyote, I have one less. I spend one less edge on edge boosts for con-based rolls.
Well,
So
he
I'm
rolled
gonna
4
reroll.
successes.
I'm gonna re-roll on my failures with three up.
Okay. That'll be enough. He will believe you as much as anybody believes anybody in this dark world.
I mean, I could be telling the truth. I don't know.
You
give
haven't
him-
decided yet.
He's gonna get something.
If you want to give me a judge intentions,
Like, give you one or make one.
roll
can
judge
we be-
intention.
Can we be listening in so that we can judge intentions as well?
Nope.
I have a lot of dice and not a lot of luck.
The dice are not smiling. I mean, as far as you can tell, he just seems happy to help. He gives you an address to meet at. He says in a couple hours when people are off shift. And the office. Of course, you're going to, pre-scout, right?
And I'm gonna give the recording of the conversation to the group so they can see if they think he's lying.
Oh, curse you and you're outsmarting the GM.
We should always judge the GM's intention here.
Yes.
Exactly. Yep. Always judge the GM's intentions.
My intention is to kill you. Jesus, Andrew.
Well, you admitted it, so now we all.
You don't have a million dice, and you still roll a million hits.
I did roll 0 hits off 30 dice earlier.
That's true.
today.
What you pick up is that he is purely profit driven. If he thinks he can make some money off of it, he's all for it. So it seems on the up and up as long as he feels like he's getting some profit. The building is a warehouse filled 50-meter by 100-meter warehouse building with no signage other than the numbers for the address. Has a fence, single gate, blah blah blah. But you've got an invitation, so that stuff won't be a problem. So you're gonna go there at the appointed time? Did I lose everybody?
Yes.
It is 2 hours into our session. Why don't we take 5 and take a bio break, get a drink, etc.
Okay.
Good by me.
All right.
Sure.
All right. Anybody that's actually watching, we'll be back in around 5 minutes.
So what he means is just under 4 minutes, since he loves that divisible by 5. Right?
I just love to what I consider even numbers, even though 5's not even. I'll be back.
Yeah, that is like not the definition of even, since it's not divisible by 2.
Technically, it is because it's a whole number.
I guess, yeah, if you're going for half seconds, then sure. But, I mean, any number would be even if you're going for sub-integer numbers. So.
I mean,
Because 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, and that is a number.
all numbers are technically divisible by a real number.
They're also technically divisible by a complex number as well. It's just they might not stay real.
Exactly. Now, the real question is 0 a real number?
It is. It's officially a real number because it's a natural number officially. Which is kind of weird when you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we didn't even come up with the concept of 0 until what was it, about 500 AD? So
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how long human society existed without the concept of nothing.
Well, we kind of had the concept of nothing. Like you look at the Buddhist texts and they think about nothing, but they don't think about zero in the specific type of nothing.
Well, they don't think about nothing in a mathematical sense.
Exactly. But Jesus is supposedly older than number zero. Since, like I said, it was about 500 AD.
Look, anything that existed before the Roman Empire doesn't matter.
Those Sumerian scum and the epics of Gilgamesh and the Bible, that's all irrelevant.
Yeah, you know.
Although, to be fair, the Bible as we know it didn't actually exist till about 300 AD either, so.
Well, and the Roman Empire had been around for a long time before even Judaism popped on the scene.
Well, officially, I believe Judaism can be traced back to about 900 BCE, and Rome can only be traced back to about 700 BCE, I believe. But that wasn't really an empire; it was a village at the time. So
That's true, and not I misspoke. Rome, not the Roman Empire.
yeah, but like I said, the Torah, we can date it to about 900 BCE, and like I said, Rome is only about 700 BCE, is from what we can gather. But according to Roman myth, it dates back to the Trojan War with Dido and Aeneas,
I thought
and
we
that's
always used myths instead of historically verifiable facts.
we're a good Christian school, so of course we do that. Creationism is obviously the only truth there is.
Look, if we're gonna let the Mormons do it, we should let everybody else do it too.
Well, the Mormons are good Christians. They say so, right?
Yeah, you know. Especially now that they've done away with that distasteful polygamy stuff.
To be fair, the Old Testament was very pro polygamy, so.
I mean, most ancient religions were pro polygamy.
Hell, even some of the newer ones. What was it? Muhammad had 4 wives and then decided he needed a fifth, so, prophets were allowed to have 5 wives. It's just
Well,
every other man's only 4.
Back in those days when you had a massive child mortality rate, it kind of helped to have lots of buns in the oven at the same time.
Yeah,
Well,
I
if
don't
you're
know
rich
that
enough.
I would necessarily. This might get me canceled, but I don't know that I would necessarily follow Muhammad's personal example on a lot of things,
What, you don't want to have sex with a 9-year-old girl?
and then be hunted for years by my warmongering wife who wants to murder me and cut my dick off. No, I would rather avoid that.
Well, to be fair, none of the Abrahamic religions view pedophilia as wrong. It's only us, godless heathens that have, a sense of humanist morality that view pedophilia as wrong because, it's wrong.
Why are we discussing this anyway?
I have absolutely no idea. We went down a rabbit hole.
Indeed. We're trying to get you demonetized.
Wait, you went down a rabbi hole? I see what you did there.
Exactly. Well, a rabbi.
That was probably more wrong than anything you said. I just realized that joke could have a lot darker connotation.
Yeah, possibly. This might just be my own personal experience, but I've found that rabbis tend to be a whole lot more uh, willing to discuss religious philosophy and laugh at some of the inconsistencies in their own religious texts than most Christian pastors that I've interacted with.
That is true. And I mean, the reason the Jews have rabbi, not priests, is all the priests were killed by the Romans, so.
Well, and interfaith dialogue is viewed as a form of religious worship in Judaism.
Indeed.
I know nothing about any of it. I know when I went to check on the 3D printer, the goddamn thing had stopped and wanted me to change filament.
No.
It's my fault, but I still blame the printer.
So how much time was it doing nothing?
That's a good question.
No.
I thought you were Ski. Now you're saying you're back again. I mean, come on, make up your mind, Ski. Are you back or are you Ski?
Guess who's back? Back again. Oh, sorry. It's not him. He's not Eminem.
Would the real Slim Shady please stand up?
No, I'm tired.
You ain't the boss
Malice,
again.
Malice. Malice saying he's tired, not Malice. I mean, come on.
I mean,
Pick one name and stick with.
he's a rigger. Vehicles have tires, so if he's
Yeah, I don't
jumped in,
like
he's
standing
tired.
up. That's right. I don't like standing up.
I mean, walking is the objectively worst form of perambulation. Everyone knows that worm crawling is the best form, far superior.
All right then.
It's
Well,
hard
it
to
works out,
fall if you're already on the ground.
and it works out more muscles. Win-win.
We're still on taking short break. Be right back.
I know. I'm getting ready to switch it. I was responding
Okay.
to our actual viewer that was, yes, participating. That's what I was looking for in the conversation.
It's obviously an AI.
Yes. Because who the hell else would watch us?
No one else would want to watch.
Wait, so the AIs are learning how not to do art, and now they're learning how not to play Shadowrun.
Well, clearly they want to produce AI for D&D and Shadowrun because
Well,
I
yeah.
mean, Shadowrun has lots of art. Well, they really don't. They have a fair amount of art, but it's all over the place, and they don't know where it is. Not that I have any experience with trying to rustle up art for the VTT. Anywho, so we are back, yes? I heard
Yes.
Jack, I heard Malas, I think I heard
I'm
Todd.
angry and I'm not back.
Shut up.
I'm not shut up either.
You are. Just remember, I can kick you. Ask Ski.
That is
Oh,
still amusing.
That person that bounced into the channel earlier that I complained at.
Yeah, what
Apparently
happened
they did
with
it to
that?
one of the other mods a few days ago. Got called out on it, left the server. Came back tonight, did it again, got called out, and left the server.
So what
Wow.
happened with that? I had to run into a bio break as he hopped in.
I just turned on my dad voice.
I always love it when that happens because it's like watching a train wreck. You know what's gonna happen, but you can't look away.
Skill AIM, yeah. I can't pronounce that. Is that like Will I am? Skill I am? Okay, so you meet Santiago. That's his name, yeah. Santiago Salazar, and he escorts you into a room with 8 heavy-built chairs arranged in a circle. The walls and ceilings are covered with circuit boards, cabling, and dozens of strange devices. Looks perfectly safe. You have nothing to worry about. Ignore the sparks.
This is fine.
There are several workers in lab coats are working on various computers and devices. And he explains to you that what you'll do is you'll sit down, and then your consciousness will be transmitted into Selim because no organics.
I'm gonna see if it's safe for human consumption.
What the heck am I looking at?
If
On the
they,
Matrix.
it's basically a massive machine. However, they would be happy to show you data that processes happened completely safely hundreds of times previously.
Let's send DJ in first, shall we? Because I mean that's a good water test, right?
I will go in first because
Well,
this
you
is
would
what
all
I
go in
do.
at once because the machine is either operating or not operating. It's not individual. There's up to 8 seats.
So this is how Joseph finally kills us all off in one
One
go.
go.
Yeah, I tricked you into sitting into electric chairs
Yeah.
that obviously look like electric chairs too.
So what you're gonna say is all our characters are gonna get isekai'd into another world.
And the bad news is only meat people get to go. So no DJ, unfortunately, and no major.
Drones.
Are we allowed to carry our weapons?
You aren't carrying anything. Your consciousness is going.
Ooh, this
I
sounds
do have the
interesting.
blast spell, so at least that's something, right? Because the
I
blast
got
spell
a
will
6
totally
on my
work.
engineering test to see if it's gonna kill us.
It doesn't seem particularly fatal. Then again, you don't know what the hell it is, so. Onlymeats.com.
I'm going to astrally ascend it and see if it will destroy our souls or suck our souls out or something. And obviously, I'm going to roll really, really well. I can tell. Oops, yeah, no modifier.
The power of positive thinking got you about a 30%. It doesn't seem. It seems legitimate. Seems.
Well, I guess you only live once.
Yeah,
Well, unless you're Jesus or Lazarus.
I love this plan. Let's do it.
Small
Okay.
success.
So you guys all sit down and strap in, as it were. There are no straps. So there's that.
Question was, for example, Major allowed to just chill in the room?
Yes.
Wait, there's
Cool.
no straps.
No, there's no straps.
We can fix that.
Do you want straps?
Yeah,
I
Ideally.
mean, I'm not going to kink shame you, but
I am animating some straps
for what purpose?
just because
So
I can.
Okay. To make the not electric chairs look even more intimidating.
Yes.
It works. But yes, the DJ and Major are permitted to remain in the room. They just can't transfer because they don't have an essence per se.
Hopefully,
I barely have an essence.
Valid point.
hopefully they can still communicate with us. Kenny doesn't know, so he's going to tell DJ to keep an eye on what goes on with their meat and send updates.
Yeah, and Major's job is to kill anyone who tries to do anything obviously dangerous to our bodies.
So you won't. They tell you that you won't be able to communicate back.
Cool. All right. Yeah. DJ's just going to attempt to help Major with killing people if something bad happens. Not that DJ can actually do anything, but you know.
He can play a really cool soundtrack to the fight.
DJ can possess
roping
the roto
rights.
drone, right? DJ can possess the roto drone and then use that.
Hey, get my roto drone.
Okay,
Yeah.
Leave
Oh,
it
I
alone.
okay.
guess.
I'm sorry. Give me a moment to backtrack. The machine seems to operate by converting everything in the chairs, in parentheses, including medium-sized and smaller drones, to energy, and transmitting it to a trans-dimensional conduit, where it is converted back to matter in a matching machine.
So I can bring my guns.
Nice.
So you can bring your gun.
And
So-
drone.
We E equals MC squared?
Yes.
That is an awful lot of energy.
It's an awful lot of mass.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So, whenever you sit down, are you going to do that? Or did you have last equals MC hammer? Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Can't touch this. So when you guys sit down and you're ready to begin, the door seals and the capacitor banks in the machine start building up energy. Oddly colored lasers play across you. There's a moment of disorientation and
It's
an,
like Tron, isn't it?
something like that. And an endless tunnel forms from streaks of light. It's exactly like Tron.
And then you see those digital clouds.
A moment or an eternity, you're not sure. Later, you find yourself sitting in a similar room in a similar chair, but the details are all very, very different. Everything in the room is either shining chrome or a smooth, bright white plastic. The
So-
metaplanar translation is extreme. All of your flesh is now a dull, matte textured silvery metal.
It really is true.
Your metahuman proportions remain roughly the same, but facial details are very generic and washed out. So basically, you have a very low what's the word? Low
Low
triangle.
res.
low triangle count faces from like
Low
1980s. Yeah, low polygon. That's what I was looking
What,
for. Polygon.
what about my already metal shiny arm? Is it
That
also
is
metal shiny?
brilliant bright chrome.
Oh, nice. I like it.
And yeah, your cyberware jumps out as gleaming chrome covered in glowing, pulsing traces of light. So basically, Tron. That mimic circuit patterns. Drones and other gear seem to be more alive than the runners themselves. So Major actually seems like a more human than you do at this point. And DJ,
don't
I'm
like
not
that.
sure how it works with DJ. I'm gonna say he's the same.
Okay.
Well, wasn't DJ in the Rotodrone, or you not having her in the Rotodrone since we're
Oh, was DJ in the drone?
I don't know.
Yo,
if
stay out of my roto drone.
Yeah, that's perfect. There's a glitch for Kenny attempting to do the robot. Yeah, if DJ could come with, I guess.
You accidentally did the Macarena. And once you've oriented yourselves, you see a humanoid figure with 4 arms and 4 legs, composed entirely of brilliant chrome, covered in circuit-like light paths that shift almost too fast for the eye to follow. And it says, "Greetings, travelers. My designation is Legatum, or if you prefer your common language, Ambassador. Welcome to Selim. Yes, Selim. It is my function to guide you during your visit. How may I be of assistance?"
Show us around, I guess. Tour guide.
It will happily give you a tour around the city.
All right.
Where's all the
So-
funky research take place?
I just want to point out that we went from the quote real world into this 300-kilometer or 300-mile diameter disk world, and now how big is this world? Is it smaller still, or
I don't know. We'll see if that's in the description. You take him up on the tour, and you discover that the metaplane consists entirely of universities, libraries, and temples dedicated to every conceivable concept except violence and warfare. In fact, the building you arrived in is known as the Temple of Transference. You encounter natives of Selim on the streets, and in just about every building you visit. They're generally friendly, seem talkative and curious about you, obvious outsider.
so do we want to introduce this concept of violence and war?
So
Destroy this place.
Kenny's just gonna come right out and ask. They banned organics, but they don't have an issue with outsiders that are clearly organic in nature visiting because they're visiting through a non-organic medium.
Yes, you are not organic.
Cool. Okay. Um. So
Magic is completely non-existent here. All of your quicken spells have evaporated. Foci do
Oh
not do anything.
no.
Spell use period doesn't work. You also notice that there are no kitchens, restaurants, hotels, or even sleeping quarters.
I love this place.
There is, however, a matrix of sorts, but its technology is an order of magnitude ahead of your own. So 10 times, everything's 10 times. Even the wimpiest computers are rating 10.
cool.
The augmentations, logic boost, and the like still apply though, right? Because that's not my.
Say what?
My cerebral booster still applies though, because I was just removing the intuition boost. But
Yeah, they're those are augments, right?
yeah,
they
so
still-
Bioware.
Yeah, you are aware, the hackers are aware that these devices exist, but there's no way you can hack into it. You can't even access it, let alone hack it.
Could I purchase one of these?
They don't have any concept of money. And they give the example that trying to hack a comlink here would, trying to hack a device here would be like trying to hack a comlink with a hammer and chisel. That's how far ahead the technology is.
I totally done that before.
I'm pretty sure that's how you hack how you jailbreak an iPhone.
So the tour is coming to an end.
Kenny will ask out of the different universities and stuff like that, is there anywhere where they research, where research focuses more specifically on Matrix and how to interact with it?
As you may be able to detect, we've already mastered that, but there's always research going on and study to improve, of course.
I mean, can you ever say that you've truly mastered something?
Exactly.
Every new thing we learn teaches us all the more about what we don't know.
That is correct.
But yeah, I was just curious, if what sort of research facilities you might have that delve a little bit deeper into how to interact with the Matrix.
No, I mean, anything we have would probably be far beyond your understanding.
Out of curiosity, does Kenny's complex forms still work? Because they're not technically magic.
They're resonance, and this is not resonance related.
Gotcha.
Ooh, so is Kenny unable to interact with this Matrix?
You guys are pretty much babes in Toyland. You can't do anything, really, that you've tried so far. You are guests.
I guess as machines, we don't even need to poop or pee.
Correct.
So we can't even mark the territory.
That's an interesting way to mark territory. That's what my guns are for. Could I ask them if they have any remnants for when, or anything that denotes what this plane was before it became all machines?
And I want to check to see if Major's guns still have bullets. Like, if there's no violence, do the guns not work?
It goes kind of cools its attitude towards you and says this is always Selim has always been Selim. And the nothing seems wrong with the gun. What gave you the impression there's no violence?
Alright, so the bullets look all fine, because I do have chemistry as a knowledge skill.
I mean, do you have a chem lab?
I think I might have a chem sensor. I know Cypher has one. I can't remember. I think I gave one too.
Everything seems normal as far as the ammunition and weapon.
There's a much simpler way to make sure that the ammunition works than chemistry.
This is true, but I want to try and avoid violence unnecessarily until it's time.
That's what my wing claws are for. So I guess we should start looking for
the most dangerous place in Selim, right back to that weapon.
Yeah, where's the vending machines? We know they're the most dangerous.
For those that are new to the stream, very early on, vending machines were a problem.
They were the bane of our existence.
They were a self-inflicted problem, but they were a problem.
I mean, I really think it mostly just affected Clutch.
Yeah,
exactly.
But the rest of us were more than happy to.
He was asking for it.
Didn't you almost burn us in fighting that?
Pretty sure he
vending
did burn
machine?
us in. Oh, look, there's a bot I can ban. Goodbye.
Selim's not going to be happy with you banning all these bots.
Well, see, that's why I'm doing it to protect us from Selim's incursion into our plane.
I see.
Fair enough.
We can't let Selim know that we've infiltrated them.
And I'm willing to bet that this Docs Zero user is definitely a bot.
100% definitely needs to be removed.
No, the one that was removed was Anastasia USA _.
Why do you have an empty underscore at the end of your name?
Because it's a bot. They were last seen in 17,863 live channels. It just brings me great pleasure banning them.
Hey, they might be a human, just, a superhuman from the future.
Yeah, that's it. So we will just be forgotten in the past because I keep banning the future observers. Oops.
Exactly.
I didn't want to be future famous anyway.
This is the real reason why nobody has been able to talk to any time travelers. It's
Because we keep erasing them.
yeah, we keep kicking them out of our establishments because no one wants to talk to the new life forms.
Right. So, what are you doing at this point? You're back from the tour, and again, the ambassador or legatum, depending on which name you choose to use, asks what brings you to our realm.
We're tourists.
Well, I just gave you the tour. What else may I help you with?
I don't know. Is there a day spa nearby?
I do not know what that is.
They
Is
don't have
there-
a concept of day spas either. Now that's something
Maybe.
we've got to introduce as well.
Yeah.
What a backwoods world.
Is there some place where we can, get our spark scrubbed?
I think there must be something wrong with translation. I don't understand what you're saying.
I think basically we need a tune-up. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
You want the happy ending?
No, I want what is it when an AI gets gets recompiled, I think it might be just compiling.
You have like fragmented memory you need to clean or something?
Yes.
See, like one of those places, like in Vegas, we can drive the most dangerous weapons and sell them and shoot people with it.
Oh,
Are you talking about like guns guns across America, whatever it's called in Orlando?
Yeah, no, there's one in
Machine Gun
Vegas.
America, that's what it's called.
There's one in Vegas, so you can drive like tanks and stuff
Oh, yeah, yeah.
over
that-
cars.
That doesn't exist here.
Oh,
So what is your purpose coming here?
Oh, we wanted to learn about you and, how you guys made this into what it is so we can try and replicate it.
Perhaps you could get some help from somebody at the archives.
Archive sounds fun.
Out of curiosity, we didn't see anything that was liquid-like on the entire tour, right? It was just very much because even in Tron they had that liquid that they drank. So
Yeah, no, nothing like that. They do not do sustenance as far as you can tell.
and therefore no liquids to bathe in either. So very backward.
Look, I just need like a lot of zeros and ones that I can just cover myself in.
You're such a nut.
Actually, yeah. What would happen if we picked up like a rock or something around here? And tried
There
to
is
break
no
it
rock.
up?
It's like this is a pristine environment.
You
Yeah,
just have to go into the code, like that one guy in that one movie.
it's like
What was his
Tron.
name? Eon?
something like that.
Uh,
The,
so
the
to
movie
archive?
Nort? Anyway.
Is there anything? Is there anything that looks like a small little separate thing that we can attempt to break up? Like, see if we can break things up.
Not really. It's a
everything's-
very sterile environment. Like there's nothing out of place that doesn't have a purpose, and it's hard to. It is a perfect machine environment.
Not even grease.
Exactly. If there's no dust and dirt, there's no need for grease.
Well,
What is
grease is
friction
for
even?
friction, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Well, it also-
everything's friction.
But there's no friction, so you don't have to worry about that either.
How can we walk? You need friction to walk, right?
Magic. But there's no magic, so how do you walk? Don't try and break the obviously poorly designed world.
That moment when we
realize
realized
I hate you
people.
walk in this world.
You realize you're not actually walking, you're just sort of skidding along.
I'm gonna
We're
enjoy
farting, right?
gliding like a vampire. It's the only time I'll ever be able to do it.
Actually, is there any air? Because maybe the wings don't work, right?
Oh no, those are magic, so they definitely don't work.
Yep, they definitely don't work. They actually look like Angel from the X-Men when he was one of Apocalypse minions.
Got it.
The metal
jet-
wing.
My jetpack, does it work?
No. It makes you move, but it doesn't like throw out exhaust or anything like that.
So it doesn't use fuel, so I could technically
Like
jetpack the whole time.
For some reason, you can't do it forever. It does seem to the fuel gauge moves, but you don't see any exhaust or anything like that.
Cool, but it does let me fly around.
Why are you trying to make me justify all these stupid little things? Why are you doing this to me?
Well, if Andrigger's gonna fly around, I'm gonna start swinging on my grappling hook. Spider-Man
Look,
style.
work.
Your grappling hook won't fire.
Really? That's interesting.
Now we've got to find something that contradicts something else he said, so that we can put him on the spot.
What about my
Strategy.
does my ultrasonic sensor work?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, what does the world look like in ultrasound?
Yeah.
Looks like the normal world would with, bodies and buildings and stuff around.
Okay. I just need to get like a blindfold made out of code. And because I can just look cool while I'm walking around with my eyes closed. And then we can take it back and see what a blindfold from this place looks like in the material plane.
So, sure. So are you
I'm
just
sure that's
are you
the
guys
data
just
they're
discussing
looking
this
for.
while the ambassador stands there not understanding what you want?
I think absolutely right.
Okay.
We've got to piss off the NPCs, right?
Well, in that case, the GM's going to leave his desk, and you can yell when you're ready to actually play.
I mean, we've been trying to figure out some ways of how we're going to go about this.
Over the
I thought
table?
we
Why
were
are you
waiting-
here?
I thought
We need to find a big dangerous weapon that we need to kill everybody with. Apparently, so that's a thing.
Yeah, I thought
What?
we were going to the archive and we were just waiting for you to take us there.
No, it was suggested that you go there, and then you started talking about how jetpacks work and everything else.
Well, I
Well,
want to
we've
go
gotta
to the
add
archive.
Yeah, we've got to add to the archives. I mean, surely me having a jetpack is critical information that they've never experienced before, right?
No, it really isn't. So the archive is easily found. It is the Temple of Knowledge, is the single largest structure in Selim. It's almost like they worship knowledge, right? And it sits in the exact center of the metaplane. They still haven't told me how big it is, so I can't answer your question before you ask.
The fact that it has the center makes it sound like it has a quantifiable range.
That is correct. I agree with
Well,
that.
Zero is the center of the real number line.
The archive is directly under the temple, and anyone asked can provide you with directions. You were told by ambassador. So you are now at the archive. There are lots of assistants willing to help if you have questions or needs.
Hey, show us your most dangerous weapon.
They clam up and indicate that you should speak to the one whose designation is Skriniari. They are the chief archivist.
To Skinyari, then.
All right. Well, you follow directions to that person, and you come across a entity with a 4-meter long body with a few dozen legs, like a giant metallic centipede.
Okay.
As it approaches, it raises the front of its torso up about 1.5 meters, turning the front 6 legs into arms. Its compound eyes, made of dozens of lenses, glitter at you, and it speaks. Greetings, travelers. I am Skriniari, and word of your purpose has preceded you here. You come to Selim seeking a weapon, I am told.
Oh yeah, the best you get.
I just want to point out, they have no concept of violence, but they do have a concept of a weapon.
Apparently.
You know, we've found other inconsistencies with the way the world works.
It
Clearly,
will-
whoever designed this metaplane, I mean, they're just...
It will trade the weapon for a copy of your data cores.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. So you're gonna have to be more specific.
So like, do I have like a little wheel on my back that I can pop off, and it's now glowing and stuff?
What it means is your minds.
you wait. You want the weapon for our minds?
It's gonna copy our brains.
It's an inexact process with organics. There may be some data loss.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't look like it, but I'm kind of using the mind right now.
If I give you a copy of my mind, does the rest of my party have to give you a copy, or just me?
Wait, what was the question?
Can just one of us get copied?
No, all of you.
Okay.
It would consider something else of equal value.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm not part of this group.
uh, the people who get copied, would they become like you?
They would be data
Yeah,
for
but
us to study.
that data, they be capable of feeling?
I do not understand feeling.
Gotcha.
So you say you want to study the data of a copy of our mind. Does that include like all of our memories?
Your entire mind.
I mean, there's probably some memories that I don't know if I want you studying, and I don't know if you really want to study.
That's for us to decide.
Well, and what am I gonna use after you take my mind?
It's not taking, it's copying.
Yeah.
Assuming all goes well.
What would
Oh.
you consider equal value?
A nickel.
A dozen data softs each. Or if you have another piece of knowledge that is considered very valuable.
Did you know that 2 + 2 = 4?
Why
Give
don't
me anybody that wants can give me a crap.
Memory test?
No. I think it's judge intentions. Yeah, it's judge intentions. It's not exactly what I'm after, but it'll work. Kenny. That's good that you rolled high. Kenny, you have a feeling that maybe like the silver book, because it was data that you copied off of a data tablet, might be something that's interesting to them. The silver book of Seletra.
Do we still have a copy of that running around?
Pretty sure we did.
You know who has the copy of it.
That's cool. We can't communicate with them.
Yeah, you would probably have to go get it and come back.
I mean, I got a visual copy of it.
That's true. We did make a copy of it, but it
Yeah,
was
did
visual.
you copied it and gave the copy away, but that doesn't mean you destroyed it. So
Right.
sure,
Yeah.
you probably have a copy, Kenny. I think you were the one that copied it, right? However, giving it to them will be literally giving it to them. They will be taking it out of the memory bank that you have it in.
So if I have that data in my mind, can I instead try and convince them that my particular mind, if they make a copy of it, has more useful data, and maybe get myself to count as 2, but still be able to keep the data bank information?
I'm rephrase. I didn't understand.
So I have a copy of that stored. Well, I guess it's probably. Is it stored as data in a comlink or something right now?
Yeah, I believe when that happened, you couldn't store it in your brain. You had to put it in a comlink or a data pad or something.
Oh, never mind. I'm babbling. I don't know. Kenny doesn't want to give up code of that nature because it could come in handy later. So he's down to let them copy his brain. The absolute worst case scenario is they use his mind to build an AI and he has to fight it later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the worst thing that could happen.
Or
Sounds
you
great.
know, you get trapped being studied by them for all of eternity. Um,
And you're replaced by a doppelganger.
Sounds great.
But the important thing
Ooh.
is, we as players still get to play the doppelganger, right? In that case, it doesn't matter.
So I'm not sure if I should be sharing the process here, but what basically the process is the copying procedure. Anybody that submits to it needs to make a logic and willpower test with a threshold.
Oh boy.
Alright, sounds great.
If you fail the test, bad things happen. If you glitch on the test, worse things happen. If you critically glitch on the test, even worse things happen.
I would like to see if I can spot the weapon.
It's a matrix weapon. It's not an actual weapon.
Yeah, but I'm assuming that like it exists as like a book on a shelf or something.
No,
Ah.
it's all data.
But we're all data at this point, aren't we?
No, you have physical manifestations. It does not.
Can I get at least like really low like burner comlink in exchange for my mind?
What?
You know,
You're trying
one
to
of
get some of their
these.
tech? That's not going to happen. Keep in mind, the only thing that's actually here is your essence, your mind. Everything else is a simulation.
You're thinking Noodle is going to happen again to your character, aren't you? Docs.
Oh, I know it. No, I think unless we're all gonna scan our brains, that that book is about the only thing we can give them, unless someone else has an idea of something of equivalent value.
And I was wrong. It's a dozen data softs, period. But do you have a dozen data softs amongst you?
Data softs include auto softs, right?
No, data softs.
Okay. What's a data soft? Because I know skill softs, auto softs, and lingual softs. What's a data soft?
Knowledge.
Yeah,
No
no
softs.
soft.
So
No soft.
Yeah, I don't have a no soft.
Because they want knowledge. They're trading knowledge for knowledge. So when they want to copy your data core, they basically want the entirety of your knowledge, and your experience is part of your knowledge.
then surely one of us would count for more than the
Nope.
equivalent of 6 data softs.
This is a really impressive weapon.
Yeah, I did it. I'm in. I already like jumped in the chair.
Oh, I don't know.
Did-
Kenny still thinks that we should try and bargain that some of us have a lot of useful knowledge and some of us maybe less, so maybe not all of us need
Is
to
that
do it.
no? You can try and negotiate.
If only we had a face who was really good at negotiating these sorts of things. Hint, hint. Lakoff, Lakoff.
Yeah, how about just all their brains and not mine?
Oh, I also feel like certain people maybe just have not really focused on the intellectual side of things, so maybe they haven't really absorbed.
That's not of importance, but feel
They
free to
haven't-
roll that negotiation.
Can I do it with logic?
Sure. You're dealing with a logical creature.
It's like one of the few times when I could see it being valid.
A logical creature that's unskilled in negotiation.
So do I get 4 extra dice then?
Yeah, if that's how you guys are playing it.
Are you teamwork testing me?
I
Don't
don't
forget
know,
you
I
don't-
guess.
You don't get any magic boosts to your attributes, so it's your base
Yes.
attribute.
What?
Yeah, there's no magic here.
Just
Magic
that's
does
what
not
you-
work.
Oh, that's crazy. What about
Uh-oh.
my add up powers?
Nope.
They're
It's
magic.
magic.
I can help you too.
They require a monosphere, and these entities have removed all organic life. There is no monosphere.
Oh man, I got less than Kenny did. I'm doing bad tonight.
3 hits. And like I said, it is unskilled, but it's unskilled charisma. 3 successes. It would like you to re-roll 2 hits.
Well, I
Get them to reroll. all
Clutch
three.
snuck in 2 more dice I could roll, so I'll re-roll those 2 and the 2.
Well, I can give you a couple as well.
But
No,
no,
he's talking
he was
about-
giving me
Oh,
more dice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
help dice. So you re-rolled the 4, so you have...
I had a good
Okay.
amount, 3.
All right. So it is... Tie goes to the attacker. I don't know how that works.
I mean,
You
I
have no net
2
hits.
edge.
Do you want to use that edge?
Get them to
Sure.
reroll all their 3, I guess.
Right now, it's a wash. You don't gain anything or lose anything.
I mean, how much edge do you need to reroll your misses?
I need 2 more edge.
Go
I'm
for
happy
it.
to chip one into the talk if needs be.
Yep.
All
I give
right,
you
I will
that too.
pull some edge out of the T-Talk and re-roll all my failures.
You've been doing that a lot tonight.
I know. So I got 4 more on top of the 3, so 7.
So that reduces how many data cores it wants. So it only wants 1 at this point.
Oh,
Well,
Clutch
I
is
already
already in
did
the
it.
chair.
Yeah, I already did it. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Oh,
whatever.
you rolled the wrong thing though. If that was what that 6 was.
I did. You said logic and intuition. didn't
No,
you?
I said logic and willpower.
Oh, okay. Well, it's actually that's 1 more dice, so I'll roll another dice.
You know what? Kenny also kind of wants to do it, even if he doesn't have to.
Kenny wants to become a cyber zombie. Okay, go ahead. It will be happy with more than it
Well, I
expected.
didn't want that time, but
That was not great.
uh,
It wasn't a glitch. It wasn't a critical glitch. So there's that. Kenny, you have been copied successfully. Clutch 2.0.
well, I mean, I rolled 6 before, and it was 1 less dice.
I'm sorry. That's how the dice roll.
Whatever.
You lose a random, in quotes, I'll let you choose it, knowledge skill.
I'll just spend edge to reroll my misses.
I'm about to become a cyber zombie.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Would we get clutch
There you go.
2.01?
Now I got 8. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine. 3 was the threshold.
Logic and willpower, right?
Yeah. Oh,
You
you're
don't
done.
have to.
Now everybody's
Oh,
like,
I
I want to join the club.
I was curious about what the actual results might be. Just losing
Losing
knowledge.
knowledge.
I may tell you after the stream.
Okay.
I thought
So
for sure,
you've given them a bonus copies, and they will give you a copy of the Discidium, whatever. Are you ready to return to the Temple of Transference?
How
so
do we
this is-
use it?
That's probably above your pay grade. It'll tell you things that mean nothing to you, but you're sure the people that sent you here will know what to do with it.
Since we gave them extra copies of stuff, are they prepared to give us something else in return, like a
Nope.
comic or something?
Nope.
But we're giving them stuff above and beyond
Nope.
what they needed.
Yeah, I should have negotiated that first.
Can I get them to give me their expert opinion about my psychosis?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Can I get them to give me an expert opinion about my psychosis?
What psychosis? You seem perfectly normal to me.
That's what I thought, but everybody keeps telling me that it's not normal to lob grenades around.
I mean, who are they to judge?
Right? See, I
Violence,
told you
violence.
guys-
We have removed violence long ago. You may feel free to try and lob a grenade here.
Lobbing grenades aren't violent acts. Perish the thought.
Do you try and throw a grenade?
You've been given permission. You might as well.
All right, I will throw a stun grenade.
Nothing happens.
Does
he
it not
throw
go
it?
off, or do I not throw it?
You throw the grenade and clink, 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 clink. Nothing.
Well, I will
Can I
pick
shoot
it up
something?
and turn it off.
Okay.
Can I shoot something?
You can certainly try.
All right. I try and shoot stuff. Does the gun work?
Click, nothing.
What happens when I try and tase myself with my
You move the actuator and nothing happens.
even with the like baton part that
Yep,
just zaps you?
nothing happens.
Interesting.
Here, hit me
can
with the
they just-
baton. See if that works.
That's a good point. Yeah, try and hit him
Okay.
with the baton.
Roll your attack if he's okay with it.
Yeah, fine.
Because I was going to have Mage's retractable blades come out and see if she can cut
No,
stuff.
no, not the blades. I'm fine with the baton.
Jack, roll your defense.
I will punch Jack. Well, if he's just letting me punch him, does he roll a defense?
I think part of that's your body's reaction. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Jack soaks 0. You did 0 damage.
Oh,
Hey, I took a good. Do I get two health back?
You do not. That's not how that works.
Huh, that looked cool.
Wait,
I-
I can just
and
beat
the
up Jack here and it won't
We're-
hurt him?
We're totally gonna have a freaking dude, where's my car moment here. No, punch me! No, punch me!
Well, Kenny's gonna stab Major.
Oh, Jesus. Been waiting for his opportunity. She didn't see it coming. Well, even if
I'm not going to have her dodge, so she doesn't have the instinct to dodge.
so she takes 0 P damage.
Wait. Then how do they fabricate things if you can't even like chisel and stuff?
That's not violence.
Well, how do you know the difference between stabbing a knife into something and chiseling a knife into something?
It will explain it to you, and you have no idea what it said because it's such a completely foreign concept that the GM can't even explain it.
Yeah, that,
Wibbly
makes,
wobbly, timey wimey. Stop.
that tracks.
Time to make a circle and just have us stabbing each other
It-
in a circle.
what it
because
explains
won't
to you-
hurt anybody.
What it explains to you is that the Master Book of the World says that any attacks do 0 DV damage,
all right.
and therefore it is.
Checks out.
Yep, the Master Book of the World knows all.
I'm going to have Major fly up and fall down. I assume there's still gravity, right? So is there fall damage?
Nope,
All right.
because intent is everything.
This place is great. Now let's go get paid.
So before we leave, I just want to point out the fact that currently we are unconscious bodies in a lab that are going to want a copy of this. What were we thinking about doing about this? Also,
Shooting
for
our
all
way
we
out.
know- for all we know, they may be able to actually detect what was going on here. They could have been lying about the communication.
I thought we were going to shoot our way out.
I think
All right.
So we wake up, we shoot our way out, we get back to the material plane, and then we give the only copy of the weapon to whoever's paying us.
The only copy?
Yeah, okay. The only copy we've retrieved.
I mean, you can copy copies.
We can copy copies. But I think the intent was, do we want to really give a copy to this other dude that we said we were going to give a copy to?
My question is, why do you care?
yeah, we getting paid. I don't care.
Anywho, so are you headed back to Ambassador?
Of course.
He seems to have cooled and seems considerably less friendly and relieved that you're ready to go back.
Oh well, thank you. Let's. We'll miss you too.
Your sarcasm is lost on it.
So, am I making a copy of this? And we're just going to hand it out like hotcakes on the way out?
Yeah, why not? We can make like 10 of them. We can just hand them out as we go.
Should
would
we
ha-
really be handing it out like hotcakes?
Who knows?
Well, we said we were gonna give it to the dudes, and then we are gonna give it to the other dude, and who
And
knows?
keep a
Maybe we'll
copy for
keep a
ourselves.
copy for. Yeah, we gotta keep a copy for ourselves. So.
We've got to keep the original copy for ourselves in case there's something in the defects from copying it.
Well, do you want to go get the original? Because that didn't seem like it was gonna work out.
Well, no, I mean our original copy, so our first copy that we got, as in the copy of the original. So we give out secondary copies to others, and we'll keep our original copy for ourselves. Mwahaha.
Okay. We're handing it out to everybody. Let's go.
And dangerous weapon for you, and dangerous weapon for you. Now be good children and don't destroy the universe.
I think it'd be better to not do that.
Oh, I'm just curious how we might upset the balance of power by.
I love the person who keeps a Piasma as the one who's worried about this.
Look, I have a Piasma, but I also love my Piasma, so I'd rather not.
Well, also keep in mind it's completely different metaplane.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Like, what are they gonna
That's
do
true.
to us? Nothing.
And it's Ascorp. They're obviously good on that plane. Just as good as they are on the Prime plane.
And it's not like there'll be an interplanar war, right?
So are you, well, there already kind of is. That's kind of the plot that you're in the middle of. Are you headed back to Zequiparatum now?
I guess so.
Yes.
Okay. Ambassador says, thank you, thank you for coming, and see ya. And you awaken to find yourselves in the room, surrounded by security workers. They look like they might actually be, I don't know, the equivalent of like Red Rakus, Red Samurai. 3 each, i.e. 15 of them. And Santiago Salazar is there. And he is smiling and says, well, did you get it?
No, we have to go back and get some stuff to bribe them. Can you believe they wanted copies of all of our brains?
Why didn't you give them to him? It's just a copy.
I mean, you haven't seen some of the stuff that's swimming around in some of our heads. He kind of thumbs over at Kai.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
He's not buying it, by the way.
Yeah, here's your copy. Thanks. Pleasure doing business.
Oh, everybody steps aside. After he verifies it in a computer and it's uploaded.
All right, love this job. Let's keep going.
So, do you even know how to use that thing?
Nope, that's not my job.
Yeah.
It's also not our job.
Just
Just
gonna
that's
send it to a bunch of,
Yeah, the nerds will
lab
figure it out.
rats.
yeah.
Yep, the nerds will figure it out.
Yeah, that tracks.
If y'all ever want a job, I'm sure we could find a place for you here.
If I ever want to not be on the material plane, I'll keep that in mind.
The what?
Never mind. Where I live, if I don't want to be there, and I would rather be elsewhere, maybe I'll come here.
Well, I mean, it's always better to be at work than at home.
You're
so-
not wrong.
So you leave while you still can?
Yeah, we should probably go out before.
So you return to the dark alley that you appeared in, and after a minute, you find the vine cat entertaining itself chasing devil rats. It notices you and mumbles something about time, and then it disappears.
What's their
Just about the time you get worried, about a minute later, a portal, a metaplanar gateway opens to reveal the one-up back room on the other side.
Yay!
We head home, I guess.
All right, that's what I had to hear. When you step out, you realize that only about 30 minutes have passed for them. Everybody's still there, and they are surprised that you're back. Did you get what you left for?
Of course.
Could I see it, please? Says Thomas Whitefeather.
Sure. Go ahead, Kenny.
Kenny shoots him the third copy.
The third copy.
Or the second copy of a copy.
After a few minutes of examining it, he concludes that in addition to disrupting icons, it can be used to permanently sever a host from the Foundation.
What?
He is also very concerned that using it might contaminate other nearby hosts and interfere with their connection to the Foundation. It's also possible that it could spread like a virus and eventually compromise the connection to all Foundation-based hosts. He suggests that, in light of its potential for collateral damage, it probably should be like a weapon of last resort.
So we literally brought a Matrix nuke back.
Kinda. More like a
we
Matrix
create-
bioweapon.
Two of them.
Crash 3.0. This might explain where the other
Two
crashes
of
came
them.
from, right?
So they are not pleased with what you brought back, but pleased that you were successful and brought it back. You will receive your pay, and no next of kin need to be notified.
I was
Always.
worried about that.
Always a bonus, because you didn't have any.
Hey, what about Baloo? Baloo's your next of kin, effectively, right?
That's
Oh,
right.
how funny would that be? Yes, please notify my next of kin personally.
You're
Yeah,
right,
hungry after all.
Baloo.
My
knock,
next
knock,
of kin,
knock. Blah!
My next of kin is completely off the grid. They don't use comlinks.
So you get some karma, you get some money, you get 13,000 Nuyen. I almost said karma again, because I'm good at that. 4 karma, no heat, because nobody used explosives. They tried, but no success.
Hey, I was given permission to try.
Yes, you were. And that is it. There's no heat. I mean, I'll roll the heat roll,
Reputation.
but no, there's no reputation.
At least we've given a copy to the people who could try and work out how to create an antivirus to this deadly thing, right?
Sure, because that's what they were going to do.
I'm pretty sure they were planning on using it.
Well, they're hoping to use it against the Nulls.
Yeah.
But now it's just become a.
It's an
Right.
oh shit button, is what it is.
It's like, we're gonna lose, so we might as well take you bastards down with us.
So 4 karma, 13,000 Nuyen, and the gratitude of all the people that will never know the hard work you've put in to help protect them.
Oh, that's the best.
That's usually how that goes.
So that concludes our mission for tonight. Thank you for actually having viewers for a change. And for anybody that catches this later, we actually had viewers for a change. You could have watched live too. We will catch everybody next week, same bat time, same bat channel, unless we have one or more runners missing, more than the one we know is going to be missing. We'll see everybody next week.
Bye.
Also, Tadril, if you want to catch up, I put all the videos on YouTube. There was a link just to somewhere. It's on the channel. They're all there. Some of the early ones are kind of painful. Some of the later ones are kind of painful when I go off on a rant. The early ones are painful because the tech was all messed up. But most of the story's there.
Did you ever end up reloading that missing audio one?
No, because I didn't have the audio.
Fair enough.
OBS, I thought, like, what I thought happened tonight actually happened that time. It never captured. See, right now, when you guys talk, I'm not seeing any activity on the audio mixer.
You just
So I-
have to you just have to dub over it and just make up voices.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't even do voices for the benefit of you guys with the NPCs, because all my NPCs sound like nasal white guy. It's the voice I do best.
Wonder why that is.
It's the voice I do best. Anyway, we'll see everybody next week, hopefully, and have fun. Have a good week. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.